Well, in what is a truly fitting tribute to Jerry Garcia, John Mayer performed with the Alligator Stratocaster during Dead & Company's residency at the Sphere on July 11th. And what I love about this whole thing, and we're going to take a listen to John playing with this guitar in a second, I love how he posted to his Instagram story just shortly before going on stage saying, "Gonna play this for a couple of tunes tonight. It's a replica. I was practicing with it in the dressing room and it was feeling too good to put down. Don't want to pull a sneaky on ya." Obviously, John wanting to make sure everyone knew, hey, I'm not playing the actual Alligator Stratocaster, I'm playing a replica, this being the Custom Shop Masterbuilt limited edition replica. And we're going to touch on some details about this guitar and just how cool of a moment this was after we take a bit of a listen to John actually playing this guitar on stage. Now, this is such a cool moment for a number of reasons. Obviously, because this is the Alligator Stratocaster, the Masterbuilt replica, John playing another one of Jerry's guitars on stage. This being, I believe, the first time we've ever seen John playing an Alligator replica. It's really cool that he decided to actually bring this guitar out and play. Obviously, just such a homage to Jerry and just the whole kind of Grateful Dead sound, especially a sound that he's really been going for lately because the Dead Spec Silver Sky is essentially an Alligator version of the Silver Sky. It has all of kind of the same appointments that you would expect a Silver Sky to have if it was given the Alligator style of treatment. And I'm surprised John has actually played this guitar on stage with Dead & Company because Scott Underwood of Train about a month ago posted a photo with John in what can only be his kind of green room, his dressing room, where you see a Kemper profile amplifier and a cab in a rack unit, which we've seen John using before years ago actually. We saw John using this exact same kind of setup as a practice rig kind of in the green room in his dressing room. But in behind Scott, if you look at this photo here, was an Alligator Stratocaster. So if you knew where to look, this was teased about a month ago, but a lot of time went by and it was kind of like, all right, it's really cool obviously that John had it and was probably practicing with the guitar, maybe channeling his inner Jerry Garcia energy and kind of that inspiration before going out on stage with that guitar. But then for him to actually be like, I've been playing it a lot, it's feeling too good to put down and I want to actually use it tonight on stage, that is a really cool moment. Now, since John did clarify that this wasn't the real Alligator Stratocaster that he was playing, this is without a doubt the Masterbuilt version of the guitar, and since we know what it is, I thought it'd be fun just to run through some of the specifications of this actual guitar from the run that Fender did that John was playing. So the Fender Custom Shop Limited Edition Jerry Garcia Alligator Strat is a Masterbuilt replica of the Grateful Dead band leader's iconic 1955 Stratocaster. The Jerry Garcia Alligator Strat boasts 3 single-coil pickups hand-wound by Josefina. Those are going to be absolutely phenomenal pickups, along with Jerry's built-in blaster clean boost for authentic early 70s Garcia tone. The Stratocaster displays all of Jerry's custom mods, including a brass nut, bridge, and control plate, plus hat-style knobs and a 3-ply parchment pickguard adorned with true to the original replicas of the Alligator Strat's distinctive stickers. Limited to 100 guitars worldwide, the Jerry Garcia Alligator Strat from Sweetwater, which is where I'm getting all this information from, absolutely love Sweetwater, is a must-have collectible for all deadheads and dedicated Garcia tone connoisseurs. Kind of sounds like John. must-have collectible for all deadheads, a dedicated Garcia tone connoisseurs. So a bit of a full circle moment that we saw here where John actually got to play live a replica of Jerry's Alligator Stratocaster. Obviously, this is a guitar that's been on his mind quite a lot with the development of that dead spec Silver Sky. Ever since we saw that prototype, it was immediately clear that this was a tone he was trying to channel and part of a kind of an era of Jerry Garcia's that he really was going after. And then, of course, the fact that then they built 1,000 dead spec Silver Skies that a bunch of you guys now have your hands on. It's just kind of cool then to see John, he's still playing a version of kind of that same guitar. And of course, you know, John's relationship with Fender is definitely still very interesting, but the fact that we're seeing that guitar on stage, it's more of just obviously a nod to Jerry than it is to Fender, but it's still cool just to see him bringing out a guitar like that. And I remember watching an Anderton's video very recently. I think it was the most expensive rig versus most cheap, the cheapest rig with Chappers and the Captain. And I think they had said that the Jerry Garcia Masterbuilt Strat that they had in the store at the time that video was released fairly recently was the most expensive guitar that they had.
Strictly speaking, the most expensive Strat in the store is this Jerry Garcia tribute, but obviously it's been heavily modded.
It's a second hand, someone's put a bunch of stickers on there.
So it's probably not the strattiest guitar that we've got, but I'll pop that back.
Okay, that's pretty interesting actually. So Anderton's, I just went to their site because I knew they had one in stock from that video. It originally was listed at £19,000 or $18,999, and it's right now at least £6,000 off at £12,000. $999, which is, you know, obviously Fender Masterbuilt limited edition guitar. Kind of what you're going to be pretty much expecting at that point, but just interesting that it's on sale. I'm not sure if they have a special thing going on or if they, you know, the guitar just obviously hasn't maybe been selling. Not a lot of people are in the market for a, you know, near £20,000 Strat, but just worth noting, if you're interested in this guitar, Anderton's does have one in stock, and it seems to be decently on sale if you're curious about buying it. But they got some really great images, too, on their website of, obviously, their actual version of the guitar. And 100 is quite a small run, obviously. You know, John's black one, Masterbuilt by John Cruz. Just scrolling through the images of this Jerry Garcia Alligator Strat here. Was limited to 83, so you know where that guitar has gone. Obviously, in pop culture, John's name has a lot more weight than Jerry's, just the way it goes. So those 83 black one Stratocasters are going for just absurd money now. Where this thing will never appreciate like the black one, and it's not quite as limited, but still a very insanely cool collector's piece. And to see John having one, I think it's just awesome. Now, the last thing that we have to touch on here as part of this whole kind of saga of John playing the Alligator Strat live is that after the show, he went and posted this to his story and said, "I forgot that the output on this guitar is hot, and my rig wasn't dialed in for the unbridled fury of Jerry's guitar tone." Number one, kind of funny that he went to his Instagram afterwards to even comment on the tone that he had during that night, because as we could hear from the clips that I was able to find for you guys of John playing this guitar, at least at the time of this video, hopefully more footage does surface, but I think we all can agree his tone was fantastic. Definitely, I don't think sounded overly hot by any means. Maybe with his in-ears, he could kind of hear just a little bit more of the finer details, obviously, of his tone compared to maybe what we can hear through, you know, the Sphere and then someone's camera, then through YouTube. But still, I thought John obviously sounded absolutely fantastic, and it's kind of funny that he was maybe thinking, okay, a little bit too hot here, and who knows, maybe if they do any updates to his prototype Alligator Stratocaster, maybe they'd make his pickups a little bit hotter if he wants to kind of go a little bit more in the direction of the Alligator Stratocaster. You never know. Maybe they'll do some tweaking to his own kind of prototype version of his dead spec Silver Sky. Because I think he's been playing a prototype and then a more production run or final kind of production run style. Because I think there's one piece body and then there's a 3-piece body that he's been playing as well, if I'm remembering correctly. It's a detail I haven't cared too much about, to be honest, but I believe I remember kind of watching some footage and being like, okay, that looks like what he's doing. But anyways, just that's where my mind goes. John's always kind of tinkering, always kind of, you know, searching for tone and kind of messing around with things. So maybe, you know, this could lead to a dead spec 2.0 version that's kind of a little bit hotter. You never know. But anyways, I just thought this was awesome, seeing John playing this guitar. Obviously, you know, Jerry Garcia, a hero of his, playing with the guys from the Grateful Dead. A really cool moment that I had to document on the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Take care, and we'll see you on the next one.